Dobrodošli u novu epizodu podcasta Otvorena Prilika. Nalazimo se u Brčkom gdje imamo čast ugostiti predstavnika otpravnika poslova Republike Poljske, gospodina Vojčeka Skrobiš. Welcome to the Brčko and welcome to our podcast.
Thank you for the invitation. Always a pleasure.
It's our pleasure, trust me. What motivated you to start a diplomacy career?
I'm probably among even my friends one of the few who always wanted to. It was about traveling and when I was even watching on TV this world of people traveling and meeting people and always in an important moment sometimes I felt like this is something like very dynamic, very and it's a creative job as well. So I think that if it wasn't for that, probably I would become an architect. But that was the idea back then, but for a short time. And ever since, diplomacy. And I like it and I enjoy it very much.
It's your dream.
Yes, it is. It is. So, and which come true.
Yeah. What does your typical work day looks like?
I start very early with checking the messages, emails, and the profiles on Twitter. This is where I'm check all the basic information to see on what ground we start the day, and to see if something happens, difficult happened. It's something we need to address in any way. As embassy, I'm checking here in Bosnia, of course, where I follow main political figures, when I follow main institutions. Then I check emails from the ministry, if they have any surprise for us for today. Then I have my morning tea, and this is how I start. Coming to the embassy, and there's lots of emails every day. It's these days most of our work is behind the desk and working with information, treating information, preparing reports, writing reports, writing cables. Sometimes, if something is important, we cannot share it with others, and mostly it's monitoring and following the situation in the country we are posted to, because we are here to understand better the situation. This is not. This is about protecting Polish interests as well, because we have such in Bosnia and Hercegovina. But mostly we are here because we need people here on the ground. So my job is then meeting people. We have usually some meetings. We have meetings like this today, to when I can talk a bit about our job and about our mission here. I also meet people with whom we have projects. This was the case 2 hours ago when I was in Tuzla, and we were talking about the conference we think we're gonna prepare this year. So that's a very dynamic, and it's never written in stone. It's not anything that is like every day from 8 to 4 p.m. Not at all. It usually ends very late, and it ends the same way as it starts, which means I check all the information, newsrooms and Twitter accounts, and I finish the day, closing the day with checking my mailbox for many new emails from the headquarters, and possibly by midnight I'm already have a rest.
And where is the fun?
Where is the fun? No, there is. Being a diplomat, you are always exposed to very intelligent, interesting people. This is fun, talking to them, meeting them, and learning about different things. Fun is, of course, this I cannot deny. We have many meetings which are national days, which are some movie premieres, or there's this bit of the diplomatic word which makes it funnier, simply. But still, even if we have such events, we are there for work. And of course, sometimes you take this 5 minutes, you meet, director of the protocol of the ministry, of the director for energy in the ministry, and you have a little business to talk. And, instead of writing long emails, you have this 5 minutes talk, and you did business. So, that's it. It's fun. It's really fun, I can assure.
And your free day?
If there are any.
Do you have a
If there are any. No, by the labor code in Poland, I have 26. So sometimes if I have an opportunity, yes, then I travel. Usually it's about traveling. I try to know better the country I'm posted to, and it's always this way. Sometimes I'm the person who drives the weird roads. You know, if I come to BiH from Tuzla now, I'm gonna get back through Doboj just to take another road to see how it looks like and how Bosnia looks like from that angle. And yeah, I try to discover. I visit monuments here. I visit all the natural reserves, like in Bosnia, for instance. I do a lot of trekking here because of mountains. So these are my 3 days. And this season is like skiing. And this very season is a great one, I need to say. Lots of snow. Białaszyńska Jahorina. You can meet me there.
We will meet you there.
Okay.
And what about spring and summer?
I can't wait. I can't wait for that. No, I mean, I like it very much, especially that Bosnia has such beautiful nature and still some sea and some lakes. So yeah, it's I prefer spring and summer, to be honest. I mean, I do my best to take advantage of winter with skiing at least, but if I am to choose, I prefer summer. So I can't wait for that, and I hope it's going to be a nice one.
Me too. Trust me, me too. What part of Bosnia and Herzegovina is in your heart? Where you travel when you're on your free times, and when you have some meetings, you are like, I'm going one day before to be there. What part of Bosnia and Herzegovina is that?
I think that will be Herzegovina because of weather. As I said, I'm more like summer person, and I was in, I think it was Mostar in February. It was 19 degrees, and it was so lovely. So I like it there very much, and it's also seaside because it's very close. So you can always even to watch the sea. It's not just even to swim in it, but yeah, you just go there and have a coffee overlooking the bay. It's very nice. But all the mountains here. This is amazing. The first time I had a trip from Sarajevo to Belgrade, and I was passing through Tuzla and behind Mali Zvornik. I was like driving, and at some point, I need to stop and watch because I cannot just do the both at the same time. It's so beautiful. And my Bosnian friends were sitting with me in the car, and they were like, "It's so normal. What you're watching at? I mean, you can't even imagine how beautiful it is. But if you live in a country, you're so used to it. So you just take it for granted. Oh, these are mountains. These are trees. This is forest. For me, it's like wow, always like left and right. So it's hard to concentrate on driving here.
Yeah. What is your first impression about Bosnia and Herzegovina when you arrived first time? Mm-hmm. What was your impression?
I think these are the mountains actually, because if you come from the north, it's very flat there. Hungary and Croatia is like flat, and then in front of you, mountains appear. And this is like, and then you understand why Bosnia wasn't conquered in a way, because you can see that here everything is flat. You can just come with any army, blah blah blah, and then you see all these mountains ahead of you. It's like, wow, everything that is written in all these guides, it's true. It's mountainous, yeah, and it looks amazing. That was my impression.
Thank you. You speak so beautiful about my country.
I like it so much. It's true because I'm kind of enthusiastic about countries where I come to, but with Bosnia, it's a mix of everything. It's like good food, and the landscapes are amazing. The view I have from my flat in Sarajevo, it's $1 million view. There is no single capital in Europe, I think, which has such views. Mountainous views. Like. All the way I walk in my flat, it's like mountains. So it's like, and it's the center of the city.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm the person who wants to see potential, in everything. Because even, when I drive Poland, I see places which are not probably the best. I wouldn't put the picture on it for any guide. But yeah, overall, there are so beautiful places here. So, no, take it for granted. It's like it's a very beautiful country, and it's a great potential as well. I mean, touristically, it's a great potential, and I tell you that many Polish tourists are coming, and we have the direct flight Warsaw-Sarajevo every day, and it's coming pretty full every day. So
Really?
yeah, I can hear Polish language in Sarajevo. They go into Mostar, they go into Jajce, they visiting, they coming here with the jeep cars to drive all these off-road things. A lot of them. So I'm not the only one to like Bosnia, among Polish people.
And what do you suggest to Polish people when they come to Sarajevo? What to see?
What to see? I think first I'd go to the old town, to see Basharshia. I think this little point when you see this Ottoman part and the Austro-Hungarian part is amazing, because it looks like cut off one side from another. And I always say to my Polish colleagues that look on the side Austro-Hungarian side, because in southern Poland used to be also the part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and it looks exactly at many streets in Poland. So for them, it's like very familiar to look this way. But then you just turn, 180, and you see totally different world. So that's a very nice thing. And I always tell them to go up there with the cable car to see the panorama. And then you see actually in one picture what Bosnia is. I mean, all these mountains, these valleys, there you see, you can feel the vibe of Bosnia, I think. Yeah, that would be my advice.
What about food? Do you like Bosnian food?
To the point that I needed to take a diet. And now I'm on diet because of the Bosnian food. But during the first 2 or 3 months, I think I put on 3 kilos or 4 kilos. So enough of Bosnian food. But no, I like it. But now I need to make like a break. Whenever I have my friends, I start always with burek, zielenica, silnica, and then we have all this meso iz raštila, iz ćevapi, pljeskavice i sve. And I need to say that even judging by the internet for us on Facebook and on Instagram, from the comments, what Polish people commenting, food is like top 3 at least among the comments of the Polish people here. So I mean, we are meet people in Poland, and we enjoy it, a lot. So now, and kajmak, but this should be forbidden. I mean, should be like once a month or something. It's way too good.
It's way too good. I agree.
Yeah, that would be.
On Facebook of the Polish embassy, we see that you make the cookies, Poland cookies, for the 8th March, for the Women Days.
Yes, so it was the case.
you are good in cooking, or?
Oh, I cannot say it myself, but it was eaten all. We have a little tradition at our embassy that whenever we have like a, every 2 or 3 months there is some sort of anniversary or like International Day, Women's Day, or in Poland, for instance, we have a special day for the end of the carnival as well, when we prepare also like special sweets. So then I prepare something just to, it's sweetens up a bit sometimes the ambience. So but not too often. No. If it goes online, I can assure it won't be too often. But I prepare sometimes. Yeah.
We want to try it sometime.
Next time, please let me know if you're coming to Sarajevo. Yes, I'm gonna prepare something.
We will. Trust me, we will.
Okay.
Can we speak about Poland? Do they offer a scholarship for young students? Your embassy?
What we have, it's not actually the embassy which offers. In our case, when it comes to students, we rely on the Erasmus program, Erasmus Plus, and this is where we support all the candidacies of Bosnian students to go to Poland. I just met one there is one in Tuzla now, for instance, from Poland. We have few in Mostar, few in Sarajevo. These are Polish students here in Bosnia, but we also want Bosnian students to go to Poland, and this year I think for this summer semester I think we have 20 of them, because every time we issue visas for them, because the stay is a bit longer than the 90 days, so we issue these visas. So these applications are also always treated very fast, and to the most possible way to make it easier for them. And we have several universities in Poland which are available for Bosnian students, and we have some programs and for this I invite you to go to our website and our Instagram, because we have some programs which are announced then. We had a little program for the Polish language, but this is like a very niche thing. But we have also developed research programs, and this is for people usually with a master who are more into research. And research, I mean mostly into biology, physics, mathematics. We have a special program for mathematicians, and that's quite important for us, and for IT people as well. So these programs are announced. Usually the applications are from May to June, to start in September, and this is always on our website. But when it comes for students of the first and second degree, usually we rely on Erasmus+. Then we have scholarships and stipendships for researchers. That's how we work.
And that scholarship? Mm-hmm. How often?
It's every year. There's application date every year indicated by our. It is called National Agency for Academic Exchange, and they publish it, and this usually covers all the expenses and the accommodation as well in the chosen city, because it's not always Warsaw. Sometimes the different universities. We have pretty a lot of universities in Poland, so it depends which city it is. But these research scholarships and stipendships cover most of the costs. So that's the approach of our agency in Warsaw.
What about the people who don't want to study but want to visit Poland, like summer school, exchanging programs, training, something like that? Do you offer?
Our embassy is not involved in this, since for Bosnians we have this visa-free regime. Of this 90 days, and it's pretty easy to go to Poland on your own. We have some summer schools of the Polish language for those who'd love to start studies in Poland, which means that you go there for a summer course of Polish language, and then you start studies in October, which is like 3 months of the intensive Polish course. And this is also announced by our national agency. I think in May we're gonna have like a special post on these possibilities on our social media, and then we're gonna see what are the actual dates of the applications. So I invite you to go there then and check it out.
We will watch it.
Please.
And we will tell our students to apply. What you can offer when we talk about that students, when we talk about they need to know Polish language, or they don't need to know?
If it's for Erasmus+, no. Most of Polish universities, they deliver lectures also in English, some of them in German. There are a few also offering that in French. So I believe these days English language is very common, and I was very surprised here coming to Bosnia to see how good English usually students have. So they speak real fluently, and you don't need to speak Polish to study in Poland. This is already way gone, and good English is more than enough to start the academic career in Poland.
But if someone wants to learn Polish language in Bosnia, is there an offer?
There is. In Sarajevo at the university, we have Polish lectures So we have the course of Polish language, and it is also available online. So for those who cannot travel to Sarajevo for the lectures, they can assist online in these lectures. This year we have some 40 students of the Polish language, and I encourage everyone to try, because it's very similar. It can be very rewarding, and I think even professionally, I can tell you Polish economy is, as from this year, top 20 in the world. So it's the 20th biggest economy in the world, and it offers many opportunities. And I think for several professions, several areas, I think that could be a very tempting direction to think a bit outside of the box of other countries, to think about coming to Poland and see what our market has to offer.
Your market is very, very big, because especially in IT industry.
Yes, it is. You know, Poland is a medium-sized country in the world, but still for Europe, we are a pretty big country. We can count like 38 million people living in Poland. The economy is the sixth in the European Union, six, soon probably five. So I think this is a great potential. And if you speak Polish, your chances are even bigger. As I say, for many businesses, English is fair enough, and you can do it. You can find a good job with it. But if you speak Polish, it's like a big advantage immediately. So I encourage everyone, because these lectures are offered at the University of Sarajevo. They're free of charge, of course. So why not?
Why not? Where do you see that young people can, in what field young people can develop progress?
I mean, the more I travel, the more I see. I think that the field is the one that you feel the strongest. It's not that, I know there are some, something is very now popular. I don't know, maybe IT, maybe this programming, coding, whatever. Okay, this is one thing which is like pretty obvious. And if you are good in this, okay, try to do that. But actually, if you're good at something, and it is not very popular thing. I met 2 weeks ago people in Hercegovina. They started their business in hospitality, which is like some sort of agribusiness thing. When they produce they own cheese and olive oil and everything. They're doing great business. They're good at that. They're very hospitable. They're very caring about the client, and you wouldn't say it's a field of interest of many, but that it's working. So I know that there are some domains, as I say, this IT thing, maybe some services. But a friend of mine here in Bosnia, he has auto detailing shop, a perfect niche. I mean, and he's doing well financially. He likes his job. He loves cars. So he always loved cars. So, you can be mechanic, you can do this. Maybe there is something else you can do, maybe tuning, whatever. But if you're good at something, and it can be whatever domain, just pursue this path. And I think that's crucial, because imagine you are not too good with mathematics, you don't understand that much, but still you're pushed to be to go into this coding business. You will suffer. You will suffer every day. Every morning after wake up, you're gonna suffer. Again, if you like something, if you are good at it, this I think should be your orientation. First, start thinking about what you like and what you're good at. And of course, there's always a family pressure. Oh, you should be a doctor, and why not? If you like it, if you're good at it, yeah. But I think this is a choice which will define your life for few decades. So it should be something that you like, and then it's gonna be easier. Even if it doesn't bring you millions, at least it will not hurt, which is also important.
Yeah. You talk about your friend in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yes. You have a lot of friends in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Quite. Quite. I try to meet people. I try to, know people from different, different. Yes, because then, first, it's nothing that you plan. You just meet them. It's making friends. It's nothing that you can plan. But I like it, and thanks to them, I discover Bosnia better. And they always try to show me different places. They take me to different clubs, different cafes. They show me, no, this is not the place. This is for tourists. No, don't go there. So I appreciate that, and thank you very much for that. And it's always fun to have local friends to enjoy your stay in Bosnia.
So that means that Bosnians are very hospitality.
Yes, it's very. Bosnians are very hospitable people, and I like it very much. And this before coming here, I didn't know about this, but this. Oh, let's have a coffee. It's not about coffee. Let's have a coffee. It's like can take 3 hours, which is nice as well. It's you go down the street, you meet someone, and let's have a coffee. Of course, you miss a few other meetings then, but you had this nice 3 hours with someone. Yeah, that's this I like very much, and truly, Bosnians are very hospitable people.
What about our local habits? Do you have some local habits that you enjoy?
Wow.
That you don't have before you come to Bosnia, and when you came, you.
Okay, I drink much more coffee. We Polish, we do drink coffee, but it is not an institution. Coffee is something that you drink before work just to make it faster. But here, coffee is an institution. And to me, it was sort of a discovery, because usually I would have a tea. Because, Poland is already this tea zone, let's say, in Europe, but having a coffee here, and as I said before, this, meeting someone, let's have a coffee. Coffee is always. I learned already not to renounce, not to refuse a coffee. So whenever it says, "Oh, let's have a coffee," always, yeah, of course. Even though before I didn't drink that much, so coffee would be the first one. Yeah. So which I like now. I like the whole atmosphere about having coffee and these conversations and people sitting in cafe. They sit here and there, and they always like chatting with each other. That's nice.
What similarities do you see between people in Poland and Bosnia?
Talking a bit about the history, I think we have good understanding of harsh times, and it is less and less as these harsh times are, the past. But I think that the generation of my parents, and yes, they would get immediately well with Bosnians like that, because this, the 70s and 80s and everything, and these harsh times, yes. That's something we can relate very well. We are also very family people. I think that's also a similarity, that we form this, our society around family very much. So this is also something, and we like we like invite people, and that would be this, and that would be this. And talking about young people, I can see it because Polish young people also like very much into English language. They're very international. They're also seeking for potential somewhere else in new areas, and that will be also a very similar thing. Whenever I meet young people here at the universities, they present this sort of this searching for something else, for something new, something dynamic. That will be also a similarity. So these two, let's say, groups, I would say.
You talk about young people you meet in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Do you have any case that some young people put so much impact on you that you're like, oh my God, this is person like very grown up and very strong? And
I know few like this, and I think this is a good link to what I said before. They're very good in what they're doing. I have a friend. He's a musician, and he's doing great shows in Sarajevo. So yeah, he's like someone like successful and doing like a great job. So I was always like, okay, he can do the things. So I think that will be greetings to Fuad. So he's pretty good at this. Yeah, I met several people here. I mean, even young politicians to whom I spoke, and it's a election year, so I will refrain from giving the names now. But yeah, I'm talking to them, and I see they have a vision for Bosnia, which is good, because sometimes when I meet some people, they are sometimes deceived, sometimes resigned in a way. And meeting young generation of politicians here still gives me hope that they have this power to move things forward. So I mean most of them are very inspiring people. So I wouldn't say I met like people who are depressing or whatever. Not at all. On the contrary, especially after a coffee.
Bosnia is not a depression country, so...
No, thank heavens it is not.
No. You said about musician. Do you like our music?
I mean, I went to a few concerts of Sevdalinkas. And I think this is a really national treasure of Bosnia, because it's, in a way, it's very different. Because, if we talk about all other sorts of music, okay, this is something you can hear and there, so it's... can be here, can be in other countries. But Sevdalinkas, it's something, and when I have my friends here, I try to find like a little concert here and there to take them and to enjoy a bit of Bosnian music.
That's so lovely to hear.
Thank you.
One of your statement is like, we wanna make Sarajevo a little bit Polish. I said, because you announce a new project in Sarajevo. Can we hear more details about it?
We will not hear about the details until it is all, signed up. But yes, we have two projects which are aimed at Polish presence in Sarajevo, and I can tell you, speaking more broadly, Polish people are very present in Sarajevo. I mean, the history of relations between Sarajevo and Poland is pretty rich. And last year we had an exhibition in the Akademia Likovnik now in Sarajevo about the relations. It was to commemorate 30 years of relations between diplomatic relations between Poland and Bosnia, and we had this multimedia exhibition showing our relations since the very beginning, since the medieval times, and we rediscovered actually Polish presence in Sarajevo, and even to tell you, for instance, like there is the Olympic Games Museum in Sarajevo, and the villa in which it is located, it used to be Polish consulate, and there are many buildings which are built by Polish architects. And there was a big group of Polish doctors in the Koshevo hospital, and the first woman gynecologist here in Bosnia was a Polish doctor. So all of this makes like Polish people were present, and we have a very strong ties with Sarajevo. But this year we want to just to show it a bit more, to people, and tell them, listen, this was a Polish guy who did it on the, even for Sarajevian people, for them to know that we have lots of common. Of course, there were Bosnians in Poland as well. We have Bosnian sportsmen and players, and we have actors who are playing for Polish series on Netflix, and we have. Ivo Andrić was also in Krakow, so it's like big names, other names. These relations are pretty big.
And now my question is, why just Sarajevo?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't Brčko also?
Okay,
Or
I take it as an idea and inspiration for the next year activities of the Polish embassy, and it is sometimes we have this reflection that we are too centered on Sarajevo. It is true, but sometimes we go out as well. No, I can say that sometimes we have projects, and 2 years ago we were in Mostar. Last year we were in Banja Luka. So yeah, I take this as an inspiration from you for the next year, and to think of something for Brčko.
we are here.
Promised.
So, promised.
Yes.
Okay. We will watch this again next year. So
No, we're gonna make another one when we come for the project.
yeah, but we
Let's
first
make-
watch this
Okay.
and then come.
No, now it's online, so yeah, it's a promise is made.
Yeah. What project or initiative you have in near future before Brčko?
Before Brčko.
Before Brčko.
Okay, what we have. For this year, Embassy will be involved in the development projects that we have every year. And for instance, we will help the pensioners' house in Tuzla for the reconstruction after the tragic events of the last year. Together with the team at the embassy, we decided that this is a necessity to help there. We have some concerts. That's for the second half of the year. We have this year we celebrate the year of Andrzej Wajda, a Polish movie director, Oscar-winning awarded director, and we will have 4 films. It's gonna be in Sarajevo, but since we're talking about this, we're gonna have them translated into Bosnian. So we will use them probably. Why not next year in Brčko to show them here? But there's gonna be a preview of selection of his films, his movies that he did, some old ones and some the recent ones, just to show his development over the years as well, because it's 100 years of his anniversary of his birth. So it's for us, it's one of the best and well-known directors. So we wanted to show also here in Bosnia his works. So that's it, and we will have most probably as well a collaboration between Bosnian ensemble from Zenica. It's a very interesting thing because they are working on the medieval music of Bosnia. But since during medieval times the contacts between Poland and Bosnia were established, and there was a Polish queen here and everything, there were also Polish instruments coming to Bosnia, and they are now preparing some music on the Polish instruments, and I think we're gonna play some Polish music from the medieval times and then Bosnian music from the medieval times on the one concert. It's gonna be in autumn. So few cultural projects, few development projects, of course, and everyday political work. Since it's an election year, so it's going to be a busy year.
Yeah.
That's our job.
You are very political, like you must watch everything about political. I don't want to ask you about politics, but I want to ask you about young people in politics. How they can do something better? Your opinion, not...
Okay. First of all, they need to do. They need to be present. They need to... they shouldn't be deceived by the initial phase of being in politics. Maybe they could start at the lower level, under local communities, trying to see how it works, how you can make projects, in your city, in your canton, in your district, to see that it is rewarding activity, that organizing some project, development project with for a hospital, for a school, or for for the citizens of your street, of your district, is something very rewarding. Not to see the politics only through the prism of the national politics, of the national problems, and this national level of the high politics, which can be sometimes deceiving, and I can understand that. But in every country, we all need young people in this. We all need, because to be very blunt in this, young people should decide about themselves. If we have people aged 80, 85 who are still voting some laws, they will probably not live to the effects and results of the laws they voted. But yet, those people, young people, may sometimes suffer the decisions of them. So young people need to be present, need to be active. So it's not about choosing this party, that party. Well, be active, be involved. So I think that would be my advice. First, you need to start, and then you will feel also which direction to go, because most probably you're gonna feel what's good for your community. It's all about defending interests of your community.
And if they have a very good idea about their community, can they ask Polish embassy like for some project or some development activities?
I mean, as I said, our embassy every year has some development projects, and if there is some idea, we always wait. I mean, those projects which we are doing, usually these are applications, spontaneous applications of organizations here. Sometimes these are associations, sometimes these are some institutions that are seeking for some support. Sometimes we are coming as a co-financing project. So that was the case last year in Modrica, for instance. They said, listen, we gathered this sum of money for this new sanitary car, but if you could come up with some additional funding, then we could do this project bigger, and this is what we did. So yes, we are open for interesting initiatives, and especially when it comes to some districts or some cities or towns which are not the first choice, because they're farther, they are not the big ones with bigger budgets, and for them sometimes to finance, I don't know, the equipment for a school or for the hospital, it's a bigger thing. So yes, of course our budget is limited, but still we are always open for new initiatives. But so yeah, we are open.
You are always open for new initiatives.
Yes,
for
yes,
helping Bosnia and Herzegovina, and that's so great to hear.
I mean, this is the stage that Poland also has undergone for the past 30 years. And I can very well remember the 90s when we were cooperating with our partners from France and Germany, also developing this way, the little projects, some development projects. And this is now what we can do as Poland as well. And this is always a thing, a way of bringing Bosnia closer to the EU. Even this little small steps at the local level also show the way to the European Union.
Yeah. We are far from the European Union.
I mean, it's not even about being far. It's about making this effort, and I know that it's not only depends on the local community. It's also politicians' job, and sometimes we can see that the progress is not done, and we feel some frustration sometimes that this job is not being done. But our job as well is still being there, still being supportive, and if we see any progress, to make it bigger and to help it grow. So that's our job.
Thank you for your job. You said that there is direct flights from Warsaw to Sarajevo.
Yes.
What about other cities, and what about other cities in Bosnia also? We have Tuzla.
I mean, there was for some time there was some talks about opening Mostar. For many reasons, Mostar is. Aviation companies were considering Mostar for various reasons. First, it's closer to the seaside. Second, there is Medjugorje, which is very important for Polish Catholics. But I know for the time being there is no talk about this. I need to say that this flight, which is Sarajevo-Warsaw, is already a good step. It's every day, and it's usually pretty full. and so it shows that demand is there. As for other cities, I don't think there are now talks about Tuzla, because our Slovak friends took initiative, and there is, as from yesterday, I think, the direct flight to Bratislava, which is already very close to Poland. But this should be always a business-oriented thing. When the business sees the potential, they will come. So it's also my job as well to check if this potential, if the potential is real, if there is this need, and if we sense it, if we see that it could be good to open it, then why not? For the time being, I can see that Sarajevo is like doing pretty good job, and there is no talks for new openings, but this connection will stay. That's also important. Because first they started to checking out the potential. That was for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Now it's like a full week. So it's developing.
You just say potential for new opening firm and everything in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any?
I mean, I can see, especially in Brčko, if you know, how do you see it? If I travel, when you come to a city which is a vibrant economic city, the suburbs of the city are the companies, warehouses, production units, all of this. And coming to Brčko is exactly the thing. When you come to Brčko, you pass through all this business zone, and then you come to the city. There are several cities of this kind in Bosnia, and this is how you sense, okay, this is a business-oriented city. And Brčko has this vibe, which is good.
Brčko has very good vibe about investments.
Exactly.
And we are wondering how the Polish investors can come to Brčko.
I mean, I was working for this year, but this year, unfortunately, we cannot make it. But I was working on bringing a Polish delegation of Polish companies here. The economic relations between Bosnia and Poland are developing pretty well. Our Polish companies are present here in Bosnia, and if you go to several shops, I don't know if you go to Bingo or if you go to DM, for instance, please check the etiquette. You will be surprised how many of them are from Poland. So for now, it's more about the trade. But I think at some point there will be time also for production, because I think that's what would be more interesting for Brčko than just simple trade, you know. So production here in Bosnia, creating jobs, that will be also a thing, which for our companies also will be like opening a new direction for their products here. But for this, it requires much more work, and it's much more carefully done than just one and off project, you know. And again, it's always up to the business to decide. The same for Bosnian companies in Poland, because we have some, and they're present and they export, and we buy pretty lot of things from Bosnia as well. So these relations are developing. And I hope at one point we're gonna move from the trading to some production units, and for this, several conditions need to be met, and it's up to the business to decide.
We are here also for the business, so...
I mean, whenever I can see potential from the Polish company, there are questions. I know that I can recommend Brčko as a place.
Brčko is one of the biggest... we have the best invested portfolio, and I think that's interesting, because in Brčko we have companies all around the world. So
I mean, it's also very good from the communication point of view. You know, it's touching few countries actually. So it's like it's a good logistically. It's a very good position to develop economic presence. So yeah, whenever I can sense an interest from Poland, I will think of Brčko as well.
We heard that you have a soldier here in Bosnia.
Yes.
Where are they based and how many?
Polish military presence here in Bosnia is like a very long date, because right after the tragic events of the war, we were present here, and Poland was supporting the integrity and stability here in Bosnia. And right after the war, it was up to 1,000 people, 1,000 soldiers here, mostly in the northern Bosnia. As for now, we have the military contingent in the European Union mission EUFOR Althea. And these are 40 people in Sarajevo, in Camp Butmir, and 10 soldiers are in Doboj, which is we call them Lot House, which are less local center for mission EUFOR Althea, and they are involved in monitoring the situation in the Doboj area. They are also having some little development projects. They're collaborating with the local community. They also collaborating with the Polish minority in northern Bosnia, because in northern Bosnia we have Polish minority as well. Somewhat, I think, 300 people living between Prnjavor and Banja Luka and Gradiška. This is the region when Polish people are still living. So yes, we're still here, and the reason for that is that, Polish position is that stability and this integrity of Bosnia is crucial value. So this is our input into this process.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Still tea.
Mountains or sea?
It's coming summer, sea.
Summer or winter?
No, summer.
Book or movie?
Book.
City or nature?
Too difficult. No, I think city. I live in the center of Sarajevo city.
Cake or roštilj?
Roštilj. I'm not a sweet person. Roštilj.
Burek or ćevap?
Too difficult. Wait. No, ćevapi.
New music or sevdalinka?
I would say I need to choose. New music. Still.
Cat or dogs?
Dogs.
Diplomacy or...
No, diplomacy. I'm still... No, I'm only into diplomacy. Diplomacy, no.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For the end,
yes.
What's your message for young people in Bosnia and Herzegovina?
I don't think I should limit it to only to Bosnia and Herzegovina.
No.
Being less and less young, I would put it that way, I can say that if try to follow what you're good at. This is exactly the answer to your previous question, because it's important to find your strength. Once you know what you're good at, it's much easier to navigate throughout life, because nobody can give you a perfect advice on your life, on your professional career, on what to do, what not to do. Definitely not. But knowing your strength, also knowing your weaknesses, is a first step. It's a first step, because this helps you to navigate throughout life, not only in professional life, in general. So if I can give any advice, that would be this. But I have no golden rules, no golden advice at all. That's to everyone to take this risk and live to the fullest.
Thank you so much.
I thank you.